about is the corruption. And the corruption, you know, at times a lot of people don't know the kind of things because he was fighting his own people in terms of corruption. Your tear asemna or say way Sikano Kofabra.
Now, sir, honorable, and yet people do not know what he did in his own time fighting corruption. It's communicators for her.
That's what I'm saying. Say at that time, no one can say, baby crab was say, yeah, Brandy, Ghana for Omweni and Omwaso. So some of the things we did, even when you tell them, still they don't know. They don't want to see it. You understand me? Because of the way of branding. Say, oh, you're corrupt. Wakoto, dying hotels, Dubai, YSA. But all these things, no, are fabrications by Omega and these people. Oh yes, they are pure fabrication. One saw the one evidence about Bonti. You understand? So some of these things are omoki canon. You know, Ghanaians, Omong se see you say Yasua Insuo, Yasua Insa, Yahudia, and Muyadu. You understand me?
Yeah.
And Ghanaians can easily tell the difference between the NDC and the NPP. And so we are focused. And we know that this year elections, no, we shall win.
Yeah, Kaf. And now what we share John Dramani Muhammad.
Oh, some excepts, but one say questions cry the pim no cry when to me and Yano.
Oh, sir.
Oh yes, seriously. Oh, questions at the pim when to me and Yano. You see, Mama and me, one, who realizes some time ago, Oshia or one lawyers within the party, no, or catch them say, Omomoding, now making sure some bit to me a position who ya, or bit to me appoint you into the bench of the judiciary. So when he was put to that same question, he swerved the question. And then he came back to why Chief Justice was the one recommending to the president and why they have put the cap.
How did he swerve the question?
Oh, you see, Harrison.
How did he swerve
you see, Nameka Shaw say the question was direct and specific.
And that was advice. Say what?
Say when the worker say, Oba appointed one so crop for the bench and so. Was that not the question? And the question was a yes or no answer. It was not being trying to be smart and swerve the question, because the question is when I will say Oba appointed. Now this is what is happening. Will be so at the cap better. So what are you still going to appoint or not? That's the question.
Right.
So if you are a man of yourself and a man that you carry your words through to an end, you should say yes. I would come and appoint onto the bench our own people, and this is the way I will go about it. But you don't try to be savvy. The second issue is that when he was put about free SHS and the review, look at his answer. That we brought free SHS. We have seen in this country several demonstrations and now Alex DNM Ekita placard.
Alex.
Yes. Free SHS 41 or no DNM no kita placards. Me penny Alex.
Oh, sir.
Yes. This are some people who kita placards. Now they call free SHS 41. We saw all these adverts. You tell us that you brought free SHS. So if it was progressively free, and then somebody is saying free at a go, you see it is independence now or independence tomorrow. You are saying independence in the near future. We are saying independence now. Free SHS tomorrow, free SHS now. So we are saying let's do it now. Even when you tell us you don't have the infrastructures, let's get the children into the system and then we will build the infrastructures to meet their needs. And then make sure that we are trying to ensure that everybody is well educated. So you look at the question that was put to him, and I was wondering that a program that you want to prepare, you should expect. That is why people were saying, no, this one, they should have allowed them to ask counter questions. Because and no answer you don't have an opportunity to do up a follow question. So if there were say any selected said yeah, Harrison war, Desmond war, any be account my 5. So misa questions, you know. So if anybody have questions, he will run it through you. So you could have followed up with your counter questions, and we could have gotten the answers we really needed. Well, and these are the issues.
Proposal, and a bad proposal, but I'm looking forward to say maybe Mahmoud Baumia would also engage the press and
you debate, debate, solid debate. Just sit down debate.
Media.
Then there will be that debate between Dr.
Impressed about the answers to the free SHS.
No, I wasn't. You see, because at the end of the day, you see, he asked whether if Oba Bill Naya de Parliament, you know, what are you going to do about it? Okay. Yes. And then he was very savvy. And bill no crowd or sit on kind bill no.
And I going to support any bill that is looking to make free SHS very accessible and
the accessibility is there.
The fact that everybody quality
creative to the eye
is there. Quality
even
is there.
Talk of the cost.
Quality is there. Cost. We had John Dramani Mahama saying that
was it quality
2 billion Ghana cedis.
You let him finish.
Free SHS. One day. See if and then he has 2 billion Ghana cedis now opposed to him, he will not invest 2 billion Ghana cedis in free education. And then if you are looking at a man who is telling you this, how can you come back to tell me that the same person who have put this across is coming to tell me say now he supports that same policy? You see, let's call a spade a spade. What are your policies? Stick to it, and let's run it so that Ghanaians can see potentially what you claim you are.
So for you don't think that John Dramani Mahama would continue the free SHS policy?
Oh,
is that the position of the MPP?
You see, all because you see, it has turned a lot of people and then our universities, a lot of them is going into me. I will sit here, me mommy every year free SHS. One is in the university, one is late. But at the end of the day, the one that is in the university is in second year, and he's doing wonderfully well. Alex is a benefactor of 3 of his children.
Hey.
Yes, 3. Ne mami and son, 3. George Nash, ne mami and son, 3. And this is one. They have benefited. You see, and this is what it is. Now go to where your friend is saying free SHS. No, go and look at the additions we have added to the E blocks they left. This is what we are talking about. So access quality, you build it up, and then the children gets what they need to get. Because you see, in this day and age, any baby you cannot deprive people of education. There was times I almost SHS no. Desmond, any Harrison. Some of them couldn't even continue to SHS because our papa could not afford. And the sad aspect is that these were brilliant children, brilliant but needy. They could not afford.
Honorable, so but you are no answer now, honorable, so may have a bite on this discussion. Edwatch, who is very critical and an eye in the educational sector. Eddie Abase, pay research on my end. The free SHS cost build up. Government is only taking 25% of that. 75% is actually borne by parents. And in this country, we still have parents who pay in excess of 8,000 to get their wards into the free SHS.
Exactly.
What's the
I'm yet to read the report of EduWatch, but I'm yet to read the report of EduWatch. But you see, even if Adiaba Ghana for Timemu for Ayomanije, Ayoma Konone say when MPP comes to power, they put money in their pocket because Senka would 100%. Now I buy some 25% crowd to them.
But you said it's free. The bottom line is you said free. Now free should be free. Now free.
I am yet to read because whatever I'm looking out for, and then a component no, a 75% no. That is what we should be discussing. Because the component, because government is saying, I'm giving you.
Well, you're not feeding the kids, right?
You are not paying school fees, right?
Of course, the tuition.
They are not paying school fees. They are not paying boarding fees. They are being given uniforms. They are being given textbooks. And then yes, so if all these things, yes, they are being. I'm telling you, they are being given textbooks.
It is accessibility and quality now. I wanted to come there. I had wanted to come there
for their textbooks, and they are showing it. They are being given textbooks.
But Alex is so having the bite on this. Yes, now put a placard.
It says Megani propaganda. I have never been in any demonstration against
so you see,
it's never true.
That means that you want to support a party.
Then
you have to come home.
Then none of my children has ever attended free SHS. None.
That is a lie.
That is a lie.
That is an absolute lie. What the national TV show?
Yes, me matri no firstborn no. Our Texas here or no oko Hope College. Hope College. The one oko second one also war UCCC here also called Hope College.
Okay.
Third one no afi na YW Obabetro and I mean wishing you well.
So because so free SHS.
We are also be called Hope College.
Hope College, you know.
Hope College,
you know. Hope College, you know. Hope College, you know. I went there some from Hope College. Secondary school. So I'm pastor Beckham. Why won't you tell Ghanaians the truth?
I don't know what I said. Hope College. Now third one, so Hope College.
Don't try to draw.
It was school and I was in the Maracoy.
School and
Maracoy.
School Cape Coast.
School and Woody. Woody, I am free and verified.
I'm so school Cape Coast. The person
you see, the free SHS, NDC, we have never been against the free SHS.
Okay.
We share constitutional. Time I hear true constitutional. MPP for Buzi Adankwa tradition for Omujane, Omusi Omudi tomato sellers, butchers, any the Eki Omunio entrance. Intro constitution, but they are not bachelor. And it's our butchers, tailors, seamstress, any drivers, eco transit. And no who say, Ghana Hano, ye mano, a maybe dry, saying to me more free education. And to Omudi share constitution say, yen progressively free.
Article 25.
Yes, Omuka say yen progressively free. I didn't know Omuka because Omunim say Ghana, yes, Kasam no, and Shada enya njina ho ye. Enti say yes starting to prepare at your how be bro mine. And to almost yen progressively free. And to ube share every President Rollis Abremu badi nyina no. Obia absorb some of the course elements na a war educational sector no mono. We absorb kakra President Kufuor by absorb kakra and na John Dramani Mama a drone so no so ebe absorb bi but ono dey by the time of be free office no now we be making sure say e free e dey more call day na enam adwene o warning to say you see because you share other countries how they do the free education we share you also omunyana tuition and materials no you're no free at the mouth but in terms of boarding and feeding and all those things no they try to eliminate it and say yes address as a side then let's build a lot of community schools and luna edi blocks no buy the idea is say progressively no by the time I be no na secondary no and say obetria and then say so ube 90 bebre asana wa assessi enti that was the plan enti so be trying no can say oh NDC for we were against it no the issues we raise no and ne amene wo can say enye no na ye nyina ye wo we raise the issue about infrastructure inadequate infrastructure. Say in Kwadada we will be crowding the schools. Facilities will not be enough for the children. Now if we don't take care, and yet free SHS na in Kwadada wo Ashanti region school be wo omunya yare omuwuye bibri enye free SHS because of overcrowding. You understand? Enti sai shishe na say oh no muma yentu yebo na yenye ne kakra then we'll be heading on. By the time a bedroom Emria is a sakodan crap or bet for the pain crap. No. Now by that time, no, all the structures are in place. You see, education, the way education is, you know, we here now we prepare home. Now with the year, yes, you churn out people. Ombeko school, no, all right. But in terms of ability, in terms of quality, no, we say never form. And that is what we were trying to prevent. Because so you see, I share with the idea, yes, nipa no what reasons were pass you. That is not education. Education, no, any say you equip the child in such a way, say, or babon here, or bet you me you see that dream. Nyansa nyame edi amano no any knowledge base a wanya every school no more no they solve your problems e wo society no more but see here no it's so scary. I don't know why MPP for says, oh, we providing free, we are providing free. Whilst they are not looking at the quality. For over 4 years, Moses school curriculum, textbooks no way. Omo can say omo the tablets man kwadano. Omo ma up to I think September. Say by September no omo distribute to first one no to those prime schools no omo the no. What is omo the BBO? These are the challenges we need to look at. And nothing our former presidency or no is in support of the free education, but we will only support a bill that seeks to address these fundamental issues. And that is also my stand. Because the review we have friend and say, all the stakeholders, the NGOs are on the educational front, teachers are into education. Parents are eco schools. No, let's all come together. Let's look at the issues. Let's look at the cost build-up. Let's look at all the challenges. Then we will all come to an agreement. Say, hey, because as I'm speaking to you now, a friend is not in Greater Accra, but the son was given admission in the Accra Academy. So when he comes, so Oba holidays are. Na wabetra binchen ewofie say akwadra no cost school you end up spending over 4,000 every term bia oko. Then what kind of education was a way free? Say akwadra no free school ba na wo hu anybody know the three. Because the body has gone, it's only left his head.
Oh no, 4,000 or the query could change.
Or the 12 the Hunyama yet textbooks he now was sending what way now was sending at times
the textbooks are free.
Textbook when free. Bisomu said that no the textbook or school way. Bisomu
the textbooks are not free.
It's omo the omonim and say Umbaba can be there at two public space no more. No mark of that. That is all that MPP they know how to do. Oh, yeah, wait. No mark of that. And these are the challenges. They called school. No, the father ended up spending over 7,000. One day, Obisam said, "Me man no call Hope College, no. And then me office, no. And said, oh, and come in, manka. Send me no call her because no feeding womb." Boarding room, did 3 times in a day, good food. At no point I yako school say beer, Adriani, a short to so these are the things can watch some is it? Only that is their cannot on one boss school. I mean, Manuel Economy, me my boss school day. Who call her? We are journalists who call her there when you check out.
Wrapping the conversation on the free SHS. Why do you think that the MPP is consistently on the case of John Dramani Mahama? Say they don't believe that about Betwaso. Why do you think they have that fear? Just a minute.
Yeah, I think they are challenged to say almost your mark school, but Omoko school are looking at the Omuntiasi. Because a yemin na kakra say Obibe can say who ya the we minya kwanya me review no review no me tiase ne say who should say ade no say na ye can say ye no it is saying sisia what are the challenges are you facing ade bi wo hwa ye betumi aye no fufuru a e be improve the quality of say na it is sisia no ana ade bi wo hwa ye say ye engine free kra na emma quality no empeja. That is what review mean. Review does not mean say wo ba be twem and now you are cancelling it. No. Review, you know, it helps you to put that policy, you know, in proper perspective. Say, I don't know, say na you can't say ye ba be yen. Teacher to student ratio under free SHS, it is saying. You understand me? And you know, at that level, no, you are preparing the children to go and face the tertiary level. And so you prepare them in such a way that Myanmar would be show mumuno omudru at that level though, they are able to cope with the system. So what he said last year, Legon, Eba Monti say some of the students are not performing. So they want to sack them. So I said, no, what to be here for? Because government went and talked behind the scene. So that has no way. You see, these are the challenges. Tertiary level now, because the quality is not there. No?
Yes,
it reflects in their performance over there.
All right. So I think they should settle the matter. John Dramani Mahama was stating a point quite clear. And he was quite, very clear on that. Oh no, the free SHS buy. And he cannot be the person to be against or no any baby.
There's not the bad baby.
So there are videos and I see each other.
Oh, why not? And Ghana for the person mutie and somebody what's free SHS? On the buy, I'm sure the bad baby.
If you listen to what John Dramani
Mahama video in the chair.
Ghana for when you Ghana for when I make us a Ghana for no person mutie and some ya okay. So the buy no Desmond there is ne can you different than the action. So media we can also say the E blocks buy E blocks 27 penomusi yeah we no ya ba be complete more of the E blocks mama kasana wa send your matu agum 123 123 amo bebre for amomu ko start here na complete men kasa well entino omukọ fa buy e troka osio de SHS
progressively free SHS.
You are qualifying it.
No, that's what he launched on the day.
Say you are qualifying it. When I was making
no, I am not qualifying it. Cap.
When I was making my
let's put the issues right.
Also progressively free.
Yes, or say when he launched it by the progressively free SHS.
Sure, when I started my submission, they say in the era of 1959, 51, when we had UGCC and then CPP at the time, they had two conflicting issues. Both parties at the time wanted independence, but their mode of independence were different.
Yeah.
One was saying I need it now. One was saying I need it tomorrow. That is progressively free SHS and free SHS. One is saying let's take it at time because it's in Article 29 of the Constitution, 25 of the Constitution. Thanks for the correction. Others are saying no. I'm afraid let's open it up now.
But is that what happened in September when the first intake of the free SHS?
Absolutely.
No, that's not true.
What was it?
You know, you and I know very well, say.
Me and you, we don't know.
Oh, sir.
And then catch no.
So I'm telling you that when the first batch of the free SHS they had to go in batches. It was not wholesale.
You see.
Still the progressive.
No. I'm happy you are bringing it. We started when the NDC said you started with the traffic light, red, yellow, green, but that even opened up for a lot of people to go to school because they say yes, the infrastructures were not available. We have opened it up as free SHS. There was pressure on the secondary school. So why won't we do it the batch system? So that at least this session will go. And then where is that? A batch system.
Is it you see? You have not answering
Alex, I don't know who keep pen and paper and yes sir. And then my catch was saying, "Come over me look one, but me mean to me look one."
But Kafuti. NDC say almost started progressively by building structures. Meba, let me die before you bury me. Kaf, let me die before you bury me. And until whom person beja to say, Omono Shasi, Yanin to Musa. NPP buyer, Meba, NPP buyer, no so no more any green, gold, and yellow. And they say, see any hobby. Say, no see a progressive.
Harrison, the year can say.
Even with the red green, it still exists. It still exists.
Can you say the numbers of students have increased as you are building the infrastructures? Allow them to go through it in phases. Once everybody gets equal opportunity, it is not progressive. Free. And you go in free. It is not about progressive.
How many infrastructures?
And now Thomas will say, independent now, independence to
how many buildings now
progressive free SHS.
How many buildings now we see under free SHS?
In the schools?
Yes.
When I was starting, you see. Utumira.
No, actually, see.
Utumira was
maybe no, they may be.
What do my district?
Kwabenya. Go and see the additions we have added on.
Kwabenya SHS.
Go across.
We'll hold you to your words.
I'll be here. I'll be here. Even go to Kumasi, most of the Kumasi schools, so Pokuware, go to most of. Oh, and I make actually say, if that's what I'm telling you, say, in all, I can get you all those specific, you know. In all the secondary schools we have, there have been additions to it. Most of the community-day secondary schools they left, we have completed a lot of them. We have had additions to it. I'm making sure, say, the system that we have brought to know, a bit to me are sinking in.
Are you sure you've completed a lot?
All the secondary schools.
Most E-blocks.
Most of the E-blocks has been completed by us. Why I'm giving you Harrison.
That big message schools now most of my additions.
And I make a choice. I'm giving you one. And I'm saying on top of my head. I've given you Kwabenya free SHS, which you can even quickly do an inquiry, run an inquiry. But within the school systems, we have added a lot of infrastructure. In my backyard, make Ghanas go and see what is happening in Ghana. The additional infrastructures we are adding to it. Our Ghana second Kofodia. It is there. People in Kofodia can call and testify. You see, there have been a lot of it because we knew that there were stress on the infrastructure. So the infrastructure base needs to be increased so that at least a bit to me accommodating and Kolano. And this was what we were looking up into. Even beds was a challenge. Government has to take this initiative and make sure that.
But beds are still a challenge.
You cannot solve it all, but at least at the end of the day, you realize that most of the work is being handled head-on. And so, that is why we are saying, because of the nature, and you know, we want to make sure, at least we make sure that this free SHS policy becomes a deal.
But Kaf, we are also say with these structures now, we can say we still have students in SHS or more amount for private homes as hostels.
Oh, Harrison, the truth of the matter is
7 years down the line, I call 8 years.
They are breaking the 8, so don't worry.
It's not about you breaking the 8. Because in Common Ghana 4D, what's it in your time as a president, as a government? And I'm more one of mine able to name. What shall we say in here? And so why are kids still in hostels in people's private homes?
Maybe you have a percent. Can you give me percentage terms, Harrison? Ghana 40, so bet me my percentage terms. I'm down crofo fear. I'm here free SHS.
Oh, maybe some percentage terms. Maybe some infrastructure. What I add also to my percentage terms.
Ghana 40.
All right,
percentage terms.
You're quite so that there's a and I'm saying that we'll hold you to because we now are your responsibility here is to make sure say mobema timemufono and semua sebi omo taxes na omo tua no dwumadi amudie di no mo be account properly to them and we will hold you down to not only the ekeke ka hu nyina no. It is a fact that still there are challenges, huge challenges with the free.
But
the point is that I may percent discuss in commodity way. It should go beyond the politicking because the end is you are not helping anybody. The man is saying that he is not against free SHS, and that should settle the matter.
Let's applaud him for that. Say he is not against free SHS. Let's Ghanaians applaud him for that. But you see, the fact of the matter is, no credit at the Hogana for any way. Oka asemwa eye wanamu ntu na HS asemwa oka no de be adwuma. The evidence, you hear their own general secretary, free SHS eye corrupt, eye frivolous, eye 419. It means all lie, the lie.
All right, Yati.
We had Fifi Kwete saying it. All lie, the lie on free SHS. And it is now there for everybody to see. And it's a say mujitumwa Ghana for ne damase. So police ne buy no afei dem akotena say na mahunu say eye it mo begia to we urge them say they should support the bill that is going to parliament.
But he has said that he will support the bill if it's in good shape and is going to enhance quality.
Why would it not? Why would it not?
The beautiful things that will make the educational sector thrive. You know, honorable.
I don't know why Omu making so much noise about this bill. Because more flag bearer, Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia, Onuna Waba Bontiabe can say there's no need for a bill. It's on record. Say Onuna Wabe can say there's no need for a bill. You understand me? I have the video here. Who me kasa you remember the mom number abo. There's no need. There is no need at all for we know. It's there now. You see, the thing is that policies no say a year. What we are calling for, it is not the abolition of free SHS. No. The aye shushenin yani say yen trust na yen bobo mu na yen hwe free SHS no kwai the befa so a ebebo mining nyira. And that is what John Dramani Mahama is promising the whole of Ghana. Wo ba e wo school a wo wonim or how a wo kom. Some schools e wo nkra ha a omo ye boarding awofo omo nu aduane dipa oti akiri no ope obi a oben school no na onu aduane e di command ba every day.
All right.
And these are the rare challenges. It's not the bill, not the best of it. Yeah, what bills be bring? Yeah, passing what parliament are. So what are you talking about?
I for moment me joining conversation on say the can we do text message beba 0202115445 and 0531971628. Ubetimi dia o messages na o dia fa ho na ye busa Kafri wa ha honorable Alexander so wa ha the opposite busa bia no ye betimi na ye and as your position is that we should enhance education, no free SHS, no because untimi ema akola enku school sebia boso me baako no betine fie
3 months
miensa na nka che mi se
me na me pese me bisa ne se onene ne MPP aban no free SHS ho nkrabata ne ho nsem nyina ye ka ne nyina no ono no hunu se free SHS
na ka fo tie die
metie pa free SHS no
conversation
da bi metie pa me pese me man figures na open.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to look for that.
I think I will hear.
Oh,
has government treated free SHS fairly? Like
more than fairly.
More than fairly.
Now, omo no turn dog chains or council nyina no mu nyina they've diminished. You see, they've diminished now. You see, and you see, and you see, na men can say the Bible have said the poor will still be with us. And in as much as you give people a leverage to go to school, and you obiana naturally obeko school, we know that. And you know, send your TN and say as much as possible, as much as possible.
And some men can try percentage of me who knows no be called na krana. Bible na fan wa kan sa. Bible na fan wa kan sa.
Nya boten na me verse in this. Maybe some here dey ma me no ba chiro. Well, the truth of the matter is we will not say we have solved all issues on free SHS. That would be a lie. So but the issue, no. We can't be on the same page. That is, you see, accept the initial premise that I set my tone on. That others are saying progressive, others are saying free SHS now, and that is the line we are going. We have opened it up. We have increased access to education at the free SHS level, and then the kids are going. Let's say, university. If the child did not pass, there is no way the child will get access into the university because the university is competitive. We have not gone to university to do anything free in the university. About friend a university no I talk to him to let him know that you are in a free environment, but you need to be focused about your academics. It is fun. All sorts of people, it is making fun. And you can put your academics behind you. Me for one, I don't feel shy when I went to university. Me go university first year, 3 years. First year, second year. Yes, my university no pass it through you. Second year, second semester. And you start this year reorganize. Anybody who so no, near second class lower. Because you're trying to so I mean, who says you're trying to so at that time. Any university now pass it through in your focus on and career school. We have a lot to do. Well, but even though we have transformed, we have done several other masters, now you will use that experience to educate your children. But people hormones who want and this is how it is. But you see, at the secondary level, no, they hear say akwala to me any basics, no. So that is how it is.
Yes, but then akwala basics no when he's not sound.
How can he not be sound?
The kids are not sound.
What makes you
why
think
are we
they
making
are not
VSHS look
well?
That they are not eating well? They don't have a place to sleep.
They are not eating well.
Uniforms are not in. Textbooks are not in.
But who tells you uniforms are not in? But the kids are completely.
And a lawyer can. Let's not partisan this issue and treat it as a national issue.
We should move beyond this.
We have moved.
How can these children be sound if all these things are wrong?
Before God and man, wo eduani bi ahun krani bi di wo be ma obedi.
O say na your school now, your school now mediani ayedi. Oh. When I was in Ghana secondary, now the gas. Gas.
Gas.
Your school, Ghana secondary school. Who the gas? Who the gas? But then I said you are a nice boy. And no the gas. I said you are a nice boy.
It's almost gas.
No, gas aye di ye no no bi ni. Gas aye di ye enam kesi.
So we na mo gas.
Gas aye di ye no. Enam gas no. Kesi. But ye gas na ye di ye no. Ye call the yam.
Honorable. Ye call your name no.
Ye hwa de eyi wo ha na nurses fo buy 2020, 2021, 2022. Abrante na kunwa na si ha. Buntwere asra ban say up to date omubuada nisio e wo set so
bunko toje patcho
ni colleagues e free nyina o hwe messages are loads of them o call your Facebook handler loads of them. You were here when it happened and Kafu is me sure say no follow e dey na ebetimi aye asoman what I mean NDC what you see,
every policy buying Edibano. You run a policy this say entry na year review. Na yen say policy no is achieving its objectives now. Over sure time you independence no. Na the doctor to patient ratio no was through at the same time, so patient to nurse ratio, then also a was through. And we share teacher to student ratio at that time, then also a was through. And I buy no year and I say, okay, society, yen for policy be bra, because a lot of people too are not willing, say, or mobile call into those professions. And the yen for policy being bra, na policy no will encourage people. The only way here, who bet me I encourage you, Uber school. No be swing idea. Whilst you are learning, no, you bet you are na ya ma we aduane na ya pe baby so ama na wada, so that it will encourage people to enter. We've run this for so many years. Now you say no, we know and shada ma because they say there obia per se the bar enko nursing school obia per se the bar enko. If people opt for it because they see it as a at least a jumani there e bi wo ho e de ma dada. Yɛhwɛ saa nneɛma yi nyinaa ɛna NDC yɛka sɛ no. The ayɛyɛ no, it also prevents omo a omo pɛ sɛ omo nkɔ sua nursing adwuma no, omo nkɔ sua teacher adwuma no. It prevents them because aban every year bia ehwɛ na ahoɔden. Sɛ na ahoɔden no 1,000 students a obetumi ahwɛ omo a na wa ma admission to cater for the 1,000.
Yeah.
But bia many will say omo a mo apply no, they are in their 10,000s. Now facilities no so ewo ho no ebetumi afa more than 1,000 yeah, our strength can take no. And I can say inside the engine free ho na say ye free ho a obi biara obe apply no obetumi apply. Then the savings a ye be ye ewo ho no na ye de bia sisi hospitals, ye de bia sisi schools na nkwada yi a omo be kom omo wie a dodo no a aban tumi ayi den afọ omo wejuma mo abegani is people yi one seven ka say MPP fo omo ndwen oman no omo dwen only about votes and the omo be ye at that material moment e be nyoma omo anya vote no, that is all that they care about. They are not thinking about the nation. We almost original ye omo kun ye mo ya say ye teacher allowance free ho, ye nurses allowance free ho, ye omo ya. You understand? Who buy who promises over here no. You see, at times when your opponent takes a decision, so when they are doing crap with the nyabutre na steady that decision na what taking no. Dwen hu ye na obe hu say nyama paye de ewom. And now me okay say look at the way even they are struggling with the allowances.
That's true.
Say ankenye nurse trainee na onya kukuduro ekojina vice president enim obisa no question say that men alawa no beba no. Anka that 3 months now omunya e krapo. Anka by this time omunsa ankan. These are the challenges now. We've produced a lot of nurses. Now when we say nurses no so say na emra etino ye train omo a ya chichiro mu say omo ntumi nya adwuma wo bebi abio. Because omo ye aban ejapade. We
have over 65,000 nurses home.
Yes, sitting down doing nothing.
Yeah.
Enti wo ye ne sa wo yi allowance no free ho. Na wo to me build more hospitals enu na ye ana wo be omo allowance. Na omo edi wo school. No more you juma or more you school, no more transit. Is that what it's looking for? I feel book me now, but try do. Anyway, they will cost school that is how and we are looking at it. If we are looking at it from the national perspective, no, we are sitting on a time bomb. Because these are professionals, spend this they are training for nothing at all. We spend part of our revenue on them. Now we are expecting say omo beba beye juma na omo so contribute to the national coffers. But we are keeping them unproductive in the house.
And according to the guy, he says that in excess of about 6,000
but with him
echo out.
I think say a time has come say we need to look at that structure as a whole. Now because yet your memo your nurses, omunya akwanya etukwan ediko UK into America and other European countries more. Information I can say people prefer their services. So they are always looking for them. What's Cuba? Cuba, the amount of money sika Cuba enya free training doctors, exporting them, training doctors, exporting them, make us a medical staffs, not all sika onye free mono, okay, is over 25 billion every year. Biya omunya free mo
for training nurses and doctors.
Just train them and export them. Sika eba omuhono. These are things I think that we should be looking at because obi yusu we will even have more resources than Cuba. But omufa sa adwin say once I hear doctors no nkrofo pe omu services no yen training more na yen more monko na say omoko a they bring returns to the country. We can also do same Now you should quite be fast so training more of them. Already we are in shortage of nurses. Because we share patient to nurse ratio it was true than the
one is to
WHO. Way no more the
1 is to 18.
Yes, that is too much. Obey that we and no one that say and who call hospital now or at times no a jumano a boost to the mom they or money work assassin and fata. And think whether the can say that policy no and what let's have a round table conference on it. Let's discuss it as a nation the way forward because in Kodaya ye trade omo ani edachi. But we training the panel now, we the panel transit now. Why rusty? Because a meeting will be some questions. Say, if you will refree some of the things, I'll say yes. But on one case, I just say,
mom in house
outside, you understand? And these are the challenges, no. So who calls no na young to me a mom in house? It says a woman in a very good.
Calf. I mean, they are seeking to picket. Nyanko Pomboa 15th. The ministry, and according to the gentleman, they've had conversation with the sector minister, Honorable Koboy, who show almost say almost finance ministry be doing common idea, and they are saying that some lag be up to Wednesday, so metenica favorably, maintaining casa idea, and the picket and idea, Bekoso, and they are in excess of about 65,000.
Thank you. Minia, dear Etienne said it's worrying. And why I say it's worrying is that when you get education and then you don't get the requisite work to work in, now when it's us school it is just a waste. But you know, Obi Awoko school is seeking for employment with government. Say, I'm looking for government to employ me. And then it brings stress and pressure on government. Because what happens is that government also needs to give financial clearance to be able to allow other government agencies to recruit. Without financial clearance, so far with Jumemukranwa, any idea of salary, because controller has not factored it into the pay scheme. IHSC. So naturally, if you look at the numbers, it is worrying. But you see, one thing as citizens of the country is the right to demonstration. Because sometimes you need to call government for what we call a social dialogue. A social dialogue is where government needs to now descend down. Honorable Boy, you get to their leadership and you sit down with them and you plan strategies, how you intend to roll them into the government hospitals. You need to let them understand that government in his effort is taking up this agenda 111. There are various stages of completion. Show them the completion. What is the waiting period? How do you intend to hold them for that waiting period? You see, don't let them go into picketing before you resolve. It becomes firefighting. Because what happened is, I come to picket, some of them will even decide, say, maybe picket here, many results into I'm coming to even sleep. So by the time you say you want to disperse them, you are creating a lot of way. So I would employ Honorable Okoboy, who is sharp on his game and knows what to do, is to quickly get them engaged. Let them understand the worrying situation and then empathize. Where we find ourselves is empathy. Do you feel for them? Do you understand where they find themselves? And then it is not about making somebody take political gains. But these are kids. When you talk about brain drain, Desmond and Harrison, and then if you open the floodgates, even existing medical doctors will leave the country.
Of course. And they are still living.
So you see, because and then even in Canada, where I know, in UK, where I know, there is a lot of serious brain drains. Even my son is doing medicine. He wants to continue to do medicine. But the end result is that the medicine in Ghana. So if he's going to do it outside the country, is it not a brain drain?
It is.
It's a brain drain. Well, even parents are encouraging their own children to live and get better, greener pastures out of it. So you realize that we will finish with all our Agenda 118 and one here to get personnel to fit into it will be a challenge.
Na agenda 119 I will no aka 4 months so.
Oh, you see, Harrison, what it is, they say agenda 119. I can give you countless numbers. Go to Ingracie Government Hospital within my own constituency. It's done. It's completed. It's left for commission. Go to Enyinam where I hail from. It's also about 95% completed. So almost fix near mano. So we have a lot of them. I'm only mentioning within my enclaves. A lot of them that is coming up. And you see, what it is that even if adia bakwa eya na eye yusro, and in political progression, and they say when President Kufuor was leaving, he had an idea to build 6 Eurojet hospitals. He made sure that he was able to fine-tune and find all the necessary way for it. Within 8 years, NDC could not complete. Yeah, you know, there are some of them we have completed. There are some of them we have not commissioned. Because if all those things were commissioned, to tell you the truth, most of these 68,000 people, some of them would have been gotten jobs.
Exactly.
Even if Mpo said the salary delay Mpo, abayin de oka and testamene Alex de oka, because you know that even when government changes, the government that will come will have to pay you because it's an arrest.
Because Sewa and Afari, huge.
You see. For me, that is my problem when it comes to politics. You see, when I see Alan Chematin going around and he's preaching about great transformational plan, I ask myself the question: being a minister of trade for 6-7 years, now we commend sugar factory man pra. If you tell me you have a vision to turn the country around, I ask you the question. But you see, that is what I'm trying to say. And say, let's have a simple national policy that every project that is started by every successive government must be completed before a new project takes off.
Exactly.
And if we don't, when Nkrumah left, look at most of the factories and the industrial area, all those silos meaning sorry. And you ask yourself, is that progression? How can Ghana develop if we begin to behave like this as politicians? You see, so I am not on this matter. I am not trying to do partisan politics. I am trying to empathize with Yemano and where they find themselves. What the minister should do is to go into social dialogue, engage the people, bring stakeholders together, stakeholders who matter in their interest, bring them together and sit down with them. Let them understand the realities of their pain and how you want to bring them out of that pain. So if there is the hospitals you intend to complete, what is the timelines for completion? How are they going to be held? If government is not giving financial clearance, my financial clearance is here, which of the hospitals? It's a question you have to ask. How many brain drains have we lost? And how many gaps do we want to fill? I believe that Okoboy is up on his game on this. But before you allow them to pick it, let's see into, because you see what really is the matter on the concern is that we as a party is the same people who said we have graduate unemployment under the era of JDM. You see, and then we were trying to make sure that we fix this. We are putting in the mechanism. If you don't communicate what you are putting ahead for Desmond, how will Desmond know? Desmond will not know. So give a clear communication. And once you give a clear communication, this can sink into it and say, oh, it is a waiting period. How long can we wait?
Do you feel that Abane Feli, I mean, Sewa, Aferi, and all of these projects here,
including the nurses, how much?
I mean,
what you see, that's for the
Commander Sugar Factory.
The truth of the matter is, we could have done better by ensuring that we could have stayed focused and bring all these hospitals.
And I'm glad that Asantehene was recently Minister Nekoho, Okoboy and deputy Adelaide Omokoho, and Asantehene was clear in his mind that listen, Shena make sure that Sewa is operational because it's in
the right direction. This is in the right direction.
But many say Commander Sugar Factory and yes, a white elephant.
And
you see, Commander Sugar Factory.
Someone has said white elephant.
Just 1 minute, just 1 minute, just one. You see, just what is this is that with Commander Sugar Factory, they built the factory without looking at the necessary raw materials.
All right. Yeah.
At the end of the day, what they told one for raw materials now, man. And I make a say, I am buying Subai. NDC came, they couldn't complete most of the projects. And the poke was in here by you when President Kufuor did it. The Kamon number completed by this time. Kakumasi is dollarized.
I have 20.
Was you to keep one who is sitting trash your ferry? NDC
Kafui Amega
communication one about no sorry or Bojumapa is superb. Atiwa East or Yejumapa, and then he's going to hand over the seat back again to
all Yenquadra no Motro BEC and I'm sure by this time maybe or master. We wish them very well.
Right. And you will see the children from CAF International School. One more motion be in
all right. Until I have to say, money at night. Yadim Comodiano SC, Kafui Amega or MPP communication team member, Yadana say, or Jebre. He's always been a fantastic personality. They said they kind of credit or better to the United States. Alexander Aqua, former NDC parliamentary candidate for Botiano English, a man from. Also yadana sise abrina ye boni puma ojibre na obana also be chere na dwin efa oman kanko afra challenge of the day
because so na my messages via ba me say
messages there loads of them
concerning the nurses no concerning the nurses so wadaroma my kan be mienu mi asem
yan kan mu de ni bia wan hwa na abega mfa nko e be hia nya sa de a be nya mane obi dia boss do you know because of some students, especially the women among them, are giving themselves out as part of as side jobs? I mean, I think I'm not getting it too right.
I think I said because of this situation, I'm home side jobs.
I say, in fact, MPP guys are fooling us Ghanaians. I wish we should mention the school his children attended. They don't want to accept the reality in order for all Ghanaians to enjoy, but only them. As he is there now, he will be paid for lying. Oh, don't say that. Why are you killing ourselves in the name of politics? All right. There was this what do I going to buy? The necessity any day. Just a bibri a Jimmy Sem Krawa. Or say, post us now. Where Rebecca Eto. Or say, post us now. We are suffering from hunger. Why all this? We have paid school fees. And we have studied hard to pass our licensing exam. So why all this delay? God come through for us. And also the Abba. Bebre, and we say, please, this is my question to all political ears. Do you really think of we, the unemployed nurses at all? We shall see. We shall see a bit more. And say, a critical part, you know. Ata Santini Nebusianfua, secretary to the graduate unemployed nurses named midwives. We are solidly behind you. Stay your grounds. Mama Bibian shaking. And we are behind you solidly. Say, Mun pushina mun get it. Yeah, it was a munya. Challenge of the day, Afra.
Yes, challenge of the day, you know, said that I no. And so yeah, the director said, for good screen is so magana for you na ehuna ye money teu. Challenge of the day.
We the Kafu Kafu and honorable son Kafu. Yempe confusion bia.
I say Takwa is a town in the south of Ghana. It is home to a mine which is enriched with which of these? And one more possible answers. Also gold and manganese, salt and sulfur, diamonds and emeralds, and a copper and iron.
Right, answers, bra. WhatsApp ni yen
inkoda no mo gusu esua was school
omusua pa
omusua
enti fa one says no fa
our world
yen WhatsApp ni yen text message line so na ye wi a penifo betena se na ye choose winner te say de amoni no na chatma wakwa di treat no kama enuanom a ewini na ebi mu di kan kọ wa producer am frɛ wa emane haw obɛfrɛ wo na wetimi akwaje
sa pepepe
yemfa birthdays ni so nto aso afra birthdays there loads of them
me dem obe mi bi pe mo be mi
timi ma nkwa na
ma me nkwa na ofa de aka na so on billboard no billboard birthday wa we had wa pro list ni bi wa na say I know better the crow wa right enemy nante na yemfa George Jan I say happy birthday the picture no wa fa to so ma me pa na yenken kan ma no enye yi sa afi beto nti afi to na chese wedi kosua afi to na wedi kosua George Jan I say happy birthday wishes from Mary Ezuma Aka to Honorable George Jan post at Bojiase Central Region as an assemblyman sweet uncle 7/7 is all about celebrating your another year older and the amazing person you are. On this special day, I want to wish you blessings and success in your whole life journey. And in phone na eda screen so no me come any no Richard Awuku
okay
Richard Awuku so yamao happy birthday. I say happy belated birthday to Richard Awuku who attends church at the Church of Pentecost SK Osei Temple Teshi. May the good Lord continue to bless you dear from Nweki CTV newsroom on also so dia or the abano unia
dear me wo ha no director oni me nante na yenko smoothly de di kan ye okay de di kan ye Emilia Akpere Emilia Akpere I hope I got the name right we yes wo UMB airport branch Emilia Akpere we free wa down for gifty auntie na so say the amofre no mami akua ohene ono na ordinary no disem eba say happy birthday to the kindest person I know with the most giving heart. So this is from a gifty auntie to you Emilia Akpere auntie say Emilia na etwagu Emilia phone what say tiapo ankasa afra nhwe kura this way
picture that so
that so come up
the screen is so far
we so ye efia ejesi kapa say ubutu rainbow hona also udi unkwe we free unamfofo ho ani ye ni ayeni myself ani namfofo ayeni nya efia ejesi kapa happy birthday to you Nyankopon shira una
meba honorable meba we mu no omo ana frew e de ma wana woni momo a woni
omo ana frem
omo ana frew de ma wo na me na ma na yira na
eni ete ubisa mami ntwaso we so ye Tima Mabel Ohui we fi producer ho we manye ni yi amenya asem ntino producer na wishi Albert Daniel. This is from Albert Daniel to Tima Mabel Ohui. Any namfofo a omoni ne wo Accra Technical University na omodiaba. Say omo wish no happy birthday Yankopon Shraw na obibia we bia no. Onton Supengu Suma on this special day of yours. Tima Mabel Ohui. Ono na nyufoni so etwegu no. The this war onyumtini Dorcas Yosen ononso na woda happy birthday to you from myself me artist here otonyum se beye gospel there obwa me wish no happy birthday Dorcas Nyankopon hia na oma anointing no endorso na said ya so microphone na wo minister Yankopon dua so na emblesse amanfo bebre we nso free namfofo eho and eba into for Linda Adai Owusu. Linda Adai Owusu. Omo wishe Linda Adai Owusu a happy birthday from your friends in and around Accra. Happy birthday from your friends, and omo wish you well. Say bibia nso enkoso mawo. Yankopon nhyira say de be ya bibia nso e be fine. Me anso me girem na ma wish you happy birthday Linda Adai Owusu. The twa a me wo wa ha Mrs. Ruth Ando. Mrs. Ruth Ando. Oye sofo mame a sofo Jacob Ando ne yere nti osofo se me wish you happy birthday. Me ngina na name na me wish you happy birthday. Na nimpaye ne se Yankopon koso anhyira na enyum to no so na oto no so Yankopon dua so na emfenje akra bebre emfama Christo, the body of Christ. Nti happy birthday to you, Mrs. Ruth Ando. So for mamia ukunu pastor Jacob Ando. Afra nti me dia me wo ha na me dia tudwan. Nti em say ahwefo komodie no ye di besi wa ha. Unfortunately, I've lost a very dear man of God, Endra. Unfortunately, Archbishop Jubamita Paul Hackman. Our UK abridgment. Very unfortunate. But Papa, rest well. And your bomb saying Yankopon ebejiwo ni boso mo. Nti Afra.
Right. Abusia, yebeda Amalina Children's Haven. I say yebeda omasese omaso yasinama yede Ctv Dwabbo Abramo ene anapay na yebekọ so a hye ni kran se obebo ya chidom ede akwa akosi sede da America no mese ne nkrabata ne de edoso ne nkrabata no ewo Weja Block Factory Ablikuma Amalina Plaza Accra Makola despite dinachi ho na udu ha enye easy etwegu ho pa yi tachiman kumase so wanfa anka memo ode Amalina enso aba ho wawoba wo mkwada omo wase a openta de papa opendu ne pabo papa ede amomo akọ Amalina Children's Haven na oni omo kodi nsa wo so na menim se unu hu da we value for money ukohonoma onsabeka de wo se wonsaka hye nso wo pe bibi ahwe ahu afa Amalina ho a omo social media handles ni nyina Amalina Children's Haven Facebook X and TikTok Instagram ukohwa oba no page awedi bia no ubenya ono so enene de make say ya no betimi afa Amalina for a number na wafre omo na ono modi nkomo e wo 050167 2445 0501672446 from Sisia now ne enisa was na ene no sika ho den into nsaka sika no ato ade papa da me sha obo se ento antomago ma wo mba enkonkofa powder udi guba moto ma obesun the whole day ko ene wiase ko nanim ko na afesu hye nso se ye besan so ada Estelle Natural Clinic yare ahodo nyina ya wa ahodo nyina uko Estelle Natural Clinic a because so ho ebeto wayare se nyina efie ene Estelle Natural Clinic omo ene so ya sema yade apomoden emre ebrewo uko ho so a malangba we kwanten po no so say adjacent the Chief's Palace hye so na eni omo kodi nsa wo so memfa yare ne ntina de ene yare na adoso wo hwe na oba bi hawa ko na koje ayaresa
Avra yanko
yenda
kaf ni
obeda benefo no so asena
nti nyame pa ekran ye besan hia medin de Dr. Kofi Annan
medin de Harrison Kwekofosu Afra the voice yakram
Children's Haven ye. I had no bad time be done ba. I turn a baniema. I had no bad time be a turn a baniema.